There will be more traffic enforcement on additional streets in Burlington. The oldest structure in town caught on fire last week, and chocolate lovers are given a new reason to crave chocolate as a new store opens its doors for the first time in the United States. All this and much more on BNews52. Thank you for watching BNews52. I'm Wendy Young. Topping our news, the Attorney General's office has reviewed a recently passed amendment to the zoning bylaw that expands the opportunities to develop assisted living facilities and other types of senior housing in town. While the Attorney General's office upheld most of the bylaw, a portion of it was struck down. In a recent letter, Assistant Attorney General Jonathan Abbott struck down language which says that assisted living facilities, congregate care facilities, and continuing care retirement communities are not allowed in zoning districts and other districts other than the continuing care district. Abbott also struck down language which said that the custodial care facilities and group care facilities are not allowed in zoning districts other than the high-rate industrial district. Town officials are searching for answers to the fire that blazed through the oldest structure in Burlington last Tuesday, the Francis Wyman House. Town Administrator David Owen has contacted the Massachusetts Historical Commission and the Society for the Prevention of New England Antiquities for assistance in restoring the 330-year-old home. According to Fire Chief Paul Thibault, the home was fully engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived. There were 3 occupants, including a toddler, in the home when the house caught on fire. All 3 escaped the fire without injury. The Francis Wyman House was built in 1666, 109 years before the battles of Lexington and Concord. The structure was built to last under normal circumstances. It was constructed with wooden pegs or tree nails. The house has an oak frame and walls made of pine boards. According to Owen, the building inspector reported that the house does not need to be condemned and that it can in fact be restored. A Burlington resident was killed Sunday in an early morning car crash on Francis Wyman Road. According to police department reports, John N. McGinnis, 60, of 18 Chestnut Avenue, was pronounced dead at Leahy Hitchcock Medical Center as a result of the accident. According to fire department reports, the car that McGinnis was driving swerved off the road, striking a Jeep parked in a driveway. As a result of the collision, both McGinnis's car and the Jeep caught on fire. McGinnis, however, was pulled from the vehicle prior to it catching on fire, and CPR was performed. The cause of death is still unknown, although officials believe McGinnis may have gone into cardiac arrest before the accident. Stay with us for more news after this short break.
We can tell our little brothers and sisters, do as I say, not as I do. But they won't listen. We can tell them not to smoke, but if we smoke, they will smoke. And in their minds, we'll be hypocrites. We can yell at them. We can tell them they're stupid if they smoke. We can tell them it'll make them sick. It'll make them stink. But they will do as we do. If we smoke, they will smoke.
Thank you for joining us. Responding to residents' traffic concerns, Police Chief William Soda has beefed up the traffic enforcement beat. Officers have written numerous citations, both stop sign and speeding violations, on some of Burlington's heavily traveled residential streets. Sergeant William Faria said the increased traffic enforcement will continue and additional streets will be patrolled. Democrat John Tierney has unseated 2-term incumbent Peter Torkelson to represent the 6th Congressional District, which includes Burlington, Bedford, Wilmington, and the North Shore. The final recount tally was Tierney 133,694 votes to Torkelson's 133,323 votes, a difference of 371 votes. Now here's Phil Gallagher with a look at business in Burlington.
Thank you, Wendy. My topic this evening in the business report is actually Christmas shopping. This Christmas of 1996 is anticipated to be a very good one for our retailers, and we'll be out there in droves providing various gifts for our families. And I thought I'd have a couple of suggestions for you from Phil's bag of gifts. First and foremost, for those of you who are games aficionados, electronic games, or for those of you whose children might be interested, if you haven't had a chance to review Nintendo 64, you might want to. This is clearly the top game on the market. It's in great demand already and has been sold out of stores. 64 bits provides a variety of new things, a full four-way orientation. As you move through the game, you're able to change your views in a number of different ways. It has the appearance of full 3D graphics. The color schemes are great. The controller itself is a fourth generation leap forward in terms of the number of buttons that you have available for doing all of the various moves within the games, and also the fact that it now has a centrally located joystick. Right at the moment, there's only a couple of games that are available at a pretty hefty price tag, about $69. The game itself is a couple hundred, depending on where you get it. But two favorites, Mario Brothers, a little Mario figure runs through, attacks some various monsters and what have you, and also Pilot Wings, which is a flying game and one of my favorites. Clearly, this is a quantum leap forward in gaming technology, and I think really is a harbinger of things to come in terms of entertainment quality in your home TV. Next up, of course, is one of my favorites, which is the PC market. If you're in the market this year for a Christmas gift for a loved one at home, this is a good time, a very good time to be buying one. Prices are relatively stable or down, but most importantly, technology is up significantly. Thanksgiving weekend was slower than expected in terms of PC sales, and what this is likely to do is generate a number of sales as we get further on into the system. There are a variety of prices out there. I would shop for obviously a competitive one. You have Dell and Gateway, which are available through catalogs, and then you have a whole host, obviously, Compaq, Packard Bell, and so on, IBM, that are available at the retailers. But just to give you an idea, this year, Pentium 133, even a 166, with 2 meg of hard drive and 6 or 8x CD-ROMs have been seen in the $15.99 range, which is an outstanding price. Also with 16 meg of RAM, if I didn't mention that, an outstanding price for that kind of super capability. For those of us in our 40s who weren't brought up on these things, it's unlikely that our skills will ever match the capability of such a fast and capable machine. Also on the peripherals and the add-on side, modem prices are down substantially and technology is up. A 28.8 modem, of course, now should be the standard for you. Also, if you want to upgrade on the memory side, if you're running 4 meg of RAM at this point, you know that's a little difficult to run Windows 95, almost impossible actually because of the load-up time. 16 meg chips have been cited out there at particularly at the computer shows at somewhere between $130 and $150 for 16 meg. If you go back 4 or 5 years, particularly in the hard drive, a gig of hard drive would cost you $1,000. That now is somewhere underneath $200. So we're seeing significant increases in technology and stable or even reduced prices. And one other note is, of course, in internet access. AOL has made a great leap forward in terms of their pricing and applying a great deal of competitive pressure to independent internet access providers. They have gone to a fixed pricing format in which for $19.95 per month you can have unlimited internet access with their proprietary browser, which is going to be changed, as well as unlimited access to the full array of services that AOL provides. Previously in this business, subscriptions, the subscriber, you and I buying time, has been the primary source of revenue for these services. However, in the upcoming years, that is going to change dramatically to income from the primary source of internet commerce. I recently read a report through my securities firm that stated that this year there is likely to be somewhere in the order of $200 million in revenue derived from internet commerce. By the turn of the century, that number is likely to be in the multiples of billions of dollars, somewhere near $100 billion. Tremendous area of growth. Sign on, get with it now, find out what's going on out there in cyberspace. This is Phil Gallagher for the BCAT BNews52 report, business report. Thank you.
Thank you for that report, Phil. Over the past few years, Burlington High School seniors have exceeded the global mean in scores on the Advanced Placement AP English test. The global mean includes the number of students who take the exam in the United States and Europe. Last year, 85% of Burlington seniors scored a 3 or above on the exam, displaying their proficiency in English, literature, and composition. More than 18% of Burlington students scored a 5, or exceptional grade, soaring well above the 9% in the global mean. The school committee recently approved a contract with Kaplan, an independent company specializing in test-taking techniques. The contract will cost $9,995 per year. Students will have to pay $195 to take the course, which includes 3 virtual reality SAT tests. Classes will be held at the Burlington High School under the instruction of Kaplan teachers. 6 rear windows at Memorial Elementary School were broken with rocks and bottles last weekend. According to James Pacone, Assistant Superintendent of Business and Finance, replacing the windows will cost the school department $1,800. A report was filed with the insurance carrier, and school officials are hoping to receive some reimbursement for the vandalism. Many Girl Scout troops in Burlington have been busy performing community service projects this fall. But perhaps the furthest reaching effort was the town-wide campaign to send small boxes of candy and snack foods to the U.S. troops peacekeeping in Bosnia. On October 14th, 750 boxes were flown from Hanscom Air Force Base in Bedford to Bosnia. Of these, more than 40 boxes were from the Burlington Girl Scouts. Jewish families in Burlington and around the world celebrated the first night of Hanukkah Thursday by lighting the first candle in the menorah. Hanukkah celebrates a miracle that occurred in 165 BC. The Jewish temple had been desecrated, and when the victorious Maccabees, a group of Jewish freedom fighters, went to cleanse and rededicate the temple, they found only enough sacred oil to light the menorah for 1 day. But a miracle occurred, and the 1-day supply lasted for 8 days. Hanukkah lasts 8 days, and on each night an additional candle is lit. Well, it's that time of year again. The holidays are right around the corner. What better way to kick off the holiday season with the tree lighting ceremony on the Burlington Town Common? BNews52 was there for all the action. The annual tree lighting ceremony took place at the Burlington Town Common this past Tuesday. The Town Common was packed with more than 1,500 people eagerly awaiting the luminous lights which light up the Common so beautifully this time of the year. The Recreation Department sponsors this seasonal event. One of the 2 organizers, Bill Bedreau, had this message for everyone who attended the ceremony.
A great night to visit Santa. A great night for the town to celebrate Christmas. Really a festive evening. Good crowd. Frosty, Santa, candy canes. What more can we ask for, right?
Before the tree lighting took place, members of the Burlington High School Chorus were on hand to help get the night started by singing Christmas carols. Burger King supplied the town with hot chocolate, and Bank of Boston brought cookies for everyone. The musical entertainment for the evening, provided by the MC Jack Ferrin, brings forth a festive atmosphere. Every year, someone is chosen to flick the switch that lights all of the trees. The town used to select the outstanding citizen, but this year the town chose an outstanding student from Pine Glen School.
And today we selected Amanda Murphy. And Amanda was selected because she's very good at helping other students, especially special needs students, and she has a great positive outlook, and we're real happy to have her here tonight so that she can turn on the Christmas tree lights. Let's have a nice hand for Amanda Murphy. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go Amanda! Where's the lights? There we go!
After the tree lighting ceremony, the Common was visited by a special guest. Santa Claus arrived on his sleigh to hand out candy canes to all the little ones. All the volunteers worked hard to make this tree lighting ceremony a huge success. For BNews52, I'm Wendy Young.